Alright, this is part 3, clothing. I'll start with what I'm going to be wearing when I leave my vehicle, the trailhead, and head off into the bush. First of all, I have some almost nylon performance underwear, just regular boxers, which I feel it feels really good against the skin. It doesn't scratch or anything irritate me as I'm on the trail. About a medium thickness of wool socks. That's my inner socks. A heavy winter wool sock for the odor. Base layer. We have some fleece long underwear, which I have yet to try out. I just bought these, but they're pretty similar to what I was wearing prior to this. Again, we have the fleece long sleeve top. This fleece top, in conjunction with my down jacket, is more than enough on almost every day. It comes right down to it. This is my emergency sweater. I also have rain gear, a rain shell that I can wear over top of anything to add more heat as well. But on a typical minus 20 Canadian winter day, this little fleece top and this jacket is all I need. But when I do leave for the trail, this jacket will be inside this waterproof bag, just on the inside of my pack. So I don't really need it because I'll be working up a sweat on the trail. So I wear this fleece base layer with this pretty heavy fleece sweater. Again, using what I have. I didn't go out and spend big money on a new fancy sweater to go out in the middle of the bush and impress nobody. Pajama bottoms, big heavy fleece pajama bottoms, again with the bottoms and these. And again, you're moving. It's not like you're standing still or sitting on a stump or something, so you're going to work up a sweat. More than enough. Have a nice, just cheap pair of mittens. I think they're cow or something, leather. But they're gloves, or mittens are definitely the way to go. Gloves, it's too hard to keep your hands warm. Mittens, your hand could be freezing. You stick it in here, it warms up fairly quick. I'm not a big fan of the streamers on your hats, but these style of hats I did break down and buy them because they are quite nice. They do provide ear protection. Also, when you're sleeping, it's more of a shell around your face, depending on what you're lying on. So, other than the tassels, which I think I'll cut off the little balls here shortly, although I think they're kind of growing on me. I usually tie them behind my head when I have it on, but that's what I wear on the trail. Now when I get into camp, and sorry, that's not completely all that I wear on the trail. My old Walmart winter boots that I was using for work. I used to work outside for 7 years. Didn't matter if it was minus 40 or plus 40. So in winter I use these. They're not steel toe or anything. Fairly cheap, removable liners in case I do need to dry them out. Those are my winter boots. And when I get to camp, I just pick these up. These are synthetic booties. Again, I chose synthetic over down. Down would be good if you just stayed inside your sleeping bag with these or inside the tent. But if you want to walk around camp, I'd recommend synthetic. And they're not an overshoe. You've actually got probably about an inch thickness sole foam on the bottom. A couple drawstrings. Extremely warm. And then one at the top, so it keeps snow out. And these are my camp booties. So it gives you a nice break from your winter boots or whatever boots you're using, your ski boots or cross-country skis or whatever. And you can also sleep inside your sleeping bag with them. A little extra warm. Now inside my main bag, and again, I am carrying a lot of extras, but working out on that as time goes on. This is my sleeping balaclava. Never would have thought of it before, but it does make sense. Saw it in a YouTube video. The toque that I'll be wearing all day will be sweaty, it will be gross, covered in smoke, whatnot, wood. It's not the best thing to be rolling around in your sleeping bag with, getting the outside dirty. Again, on that same principle, I would not wear this outside jacket inside my sleeping bag just for the same principle. Gets your sleeping bag dirty on the inside, it just prolongs it. And I'd only do that if you're using it a lot. You know, if you're just an occasional camper, you know, a couple times a year, I wouldn't quite worry about getting your sleeping bag dirty, because you're not going to use it enough to get to that stage. So, but anyway, I did switch to the sleeping headgear, which is also nice, helps keep body heat in. Near the top of my bag are my snow pants. These are not heavyweight snow pants by any means. They do have a little bit of polyester lining in them, but it's just pretty much nylon shell with a little bit of polyester. It's just, you know, that extra added protection over top of this. On that same lines, I do have actual 100% rain gear that I do carry. This is my summer rain gear. This is my rain jacket here, which is also, you know, windproof shell. During downpours, I don't want to get my down jacket wet. I carry rain gear to cover. And if you're going to carry rain gear, you might as well go. Like, I don't mind sitting in front of the fire if it's a complete downpour. I'll still sit out there. I don't mind at all. That's how I grew up camping. We didn't go inside when it started raining. Inside, I do have a second pair of those performance boxers. This again is for multi-day trips, and also you never do know what's going to happen in the bush. You could fall in stream or something. You want to wear something warm right away, something dry. And also another set of mid-weight and heavyweight wool socks. This is a Dickie. These are incredibly nice, like having a portable turtleneck. Take your t-shirt, throw this on. You have a turtleneck, throw on your big down jacket. You're good on a nice winter day. This is a neoprene face mask. Extreme cold weather. Again, you never know what's going to happen in the when you head off into the bush. That's why I carry the extra fleece, as well as I picked up a pair of down insulated long underwear. Now they do come in tops as well, but I only purchased the bottoms for now. They are fairly thick and extremely warm. Big boot cuffs on the bottom here. The top, it does have a zipper, button, and drawstring, so depending if you're feeling kind of bloated in the bush or whatever, you just undo this, just do up the strings, your pants don't fall down, but stomach gets a little bit of a break. Goggles. Well, these are just a light backpacking goggle. Actually, when I was at the store the other day, they actually sell snowboarding or snow sport sunglasses. They're pretty much, they look like a pair of Oakleys, but they're the same principle as this. They got the foam and whatnot, but they don't look like a goggle at all. It's 100%, it just looks like a pair of sunglasses. I think those are pretty cool. I think I've also seen them at Canadian Tire. I buy a lot of my gear from dollar stores or anywhere cheap. Thinking outside the box helps save you money, and you don't really need top of the line stuff in most cases to be comfortable. So, and that's all I carry for my clothing. Pretty basic. But like I said, I'm never freezing. I'm usually way too hot and got to strip something down. Again, you don't want to sweat in the bush, just because when nightfall hits, you're going to freeze. And so yeah, you could always take off. You can always take off layers, but if you don't bring them, you can't put on anything else. So it's always nice for that little extra room. And again, when you start saving weight in your pack by cutting this or cutting that or changing the way you package things itself, you cut down on weight so you can afford to bring the little extras like snow goggles. Normally I wouldn't even use them, but in heavy winds especially, or if you're trekking, snow's blowing, there are some heavy times where you want goggles. So that's my basic clothing setup. And of course, last but not least, I guess I'll throw this in. This is kind of basic clothing because they're called shoes. My snowshoes, just my cheap, found them at Walmart. They're, I think, about $60. And it's for the occasional snowshoeing that I do. More than enough for starting out. I didn't want to go out and spend $300 on a pair of snowshoes to find out maybe I didn't like snowshoeing after all, or whatnot. But it is good to have, especially with backpacking and trying to venture out as much as I do. Alright, stay tuned for part 4, food and cooking gear.